really learn anything about life today from the biblical characters of the Old Testament of yesterday? Today I want to talk to you about sex sells. It's in our commercials, it's in our ads, it's in our TV programs, it's in our movies, it's written on our clothes, it's in everyday life, whether it's selling a car or whether it's selling a bathtub or whether it's selling a dress or whether it's selling something significant for the kitchen or the bedroom or the bathroom or the patio or the garage. Sex sells. You know, we really have to think about this, because if sex sells, then that means everybody is always selling all the time. Why do I say that? Because we sell ourselves. We sell ourselves through our conversations, through our values, through our morals, through the character that we display and that which we don't display. Sex sells. In the biblical character that I will share with you today, it's about a young man who was raised in a very good home with very good parents, who had very good morals, who had made a dedication and devotion of their lives in training up their son to be the best son that he could be, not only in obedience to them, but in obedience to God. There was a requirement in his life as it related to the power and the plan that God had for his life, and that was that he would never, ever cut his hair, because his strength would be found in his hair. Samson was a very strong and powerful man. He had been given that power from God above. Just like you and I, we've been given gifts that open doors for us, that show us the will of God for our lives. Because once we identify our gift, then we know that's the will of God for our lives in terms of the path of the journey that we should pursue. And we'll find our good success along the way and reach our destination. Samson had a strong weakness, though. Just as strong as he was in destroying the Philistines and all of their various attacks on Israel and even upon him when they would set themselves up to capture him or to harm him or to kill him, he was able to overcome them because he'd been given a strength. Well, in that strength, Samson also had a very strong weakness. He liked girls. He liked girls that were prostitutes. He liked the wild side of life. He knew he wasn't supposed to be with those kinds of women, but he liked being with them. When his eyes would look upon them, he would enjoy and pursue their company. Then one day, he met the Achilles heel, and that was Delilah. Delilah was lovely. As a matter of fact, Samson fell immediately in love with her. He wanted to be with her. He would fall asleep with his head resting upon her lap. Samson had a relationship with Delilah, where she had a relationship with 5 Philistine kings. As a matter of fact, she had a contract. And in her contract with those 5 Philistine kings who hated Samson, they wanted to know the secret of his strength. So Delilah knew that Samson loved her. And so what she would do when Samson was demonstrating his affection towards her and spending time with her, she would ask him questions. Questions like, please tell me where your strength came from. Tell me how your strength can be destroyed. Where is your strength? How do you acquire such dynamic abilities and power over the enemy, which were the Philistines in Samson's case? and he would tease her along and give her various stories that weren't true. Delilah had a hidden agenda. And this was a secret that Samson didn't know she had. Just like she didn't know Samson's secret, Samson did not know Delilah's secret. Delilah had been contracted by these 5 Philistine kings, and they had asked her to find out about his strength and how they could make sure that he was destroyed. How to get to that strength in order to destroy it would require someone that he trusted. So Delilah, in her affection towards him, would ask him those questions about his strength. And he would make up tales, this and that and the other. And she knew that they weren't true. And she was afraid of losing her contract with these 5 kings. And the reason this contract was so important to Delilah was that each of those 5 kings had promised her 1,100 pieces of silver. That's a lot of money in her day. It's a lot of money in this day. And she didn't want to lose that opportunity, even if it cost Samson his life. So she continued to ask him questions and try to wear him down. And finally, one day, she had worn him down so much that he gave in and he told her the secret to his success. And that was that his hair was never to be cut. And if his hair was cut, then his strength would be destroyed. Well, she immediately made sure that that particular failure came to his life. And in that failure, the Philistines captured Samson and they gouged both of his eyes out. The very senses that had drawn Samson to Delilah were also the area that Samson was destroyed in, which was his eyesight. He had an eye for the women, and especially for the beautiful women. And in this case, he lost his sight completely. Well, when he lost his sight, he'd also lost his strength, and he was captured and treated as an animal and paraded about the Philistine people and their leaders, and he was mocked and jeered and made fun of. And so I want us to stop right here and think for a moment. What in your life have you placed your eyes upon that is going to cost you your strength in life and or cost you your dreams? Something that you know violates your morals, your values, the very standards and principles of which you were raised by or acquired later in life that were excellent and godly? Have you violated those in such a way that it could cost you everything that you had ever hoped for or been divinely designed with purpose for? If you can come to an understanding that that which you hold on to that is not good for your life will destroy your life, then it will become your Delilah. And I hope today that you will look into that situation personally and determine that you can do better. If you're in a situation much like Samson, and you've chosen sensuality as that which you cast your eyes upon, whether it's sensuality through the internet, pornography, or through dirty magazines, or through movies that are rated in such a manner that it's totally a sex-filled presentation of that which is not good for the soul. It is so important that you identify the area of your strength. Once you know what your strengths are, remember this. There is a Delilah who may be under contract to identify those strengths to bring you down. How will that particular Delilah look? She may look like pornography. She may look like dirty magazines. She may look like illicit company, or those of which you hang out with or your friends. She may look like drugs. She may look like alcohol. She may look like perversion of any and all types. And she may even look like those things that destroy your physical health, or your mental health, or your emotional health, or your spiritual health. So for all of us, as we travel through life, as we journey, there is usually a Delilah that will catch our eye, that will captivate our hearts, and will bring us to our knees, unless we determine that we will return to the morals and the values, the standards and the principles of excellence to live by, so that we may have that power over the strength of our life and not that which could destroy us. This is Eunice Phelps from Orlando, Florida.